Hi everyone, and welcome to another video of Linux for absolutely beginners. My name is Tia from DevOps Easy Learning, and today we'll be going through SCP command, right? What is the purpose of SCP command? Let's say you have two Linux servers and you have a file or a directory that you want to copy from one server to another. How can you achieve that? Or also, let's say you have a client machine and also a server, and you want to copy a file from your local machine and upload that into the server, or you want to download a file from the server and put it on your local machine, which is like your Mac or your Windows machine. How are you going to achieve that, right? SCP command here will be the right tool to do so. Let us go ahead here and kind of check some syntax of SCP command. How does that works? Let me go ahead and grab my Epic pen here. Right here, we have a couple of syntax. Let me change the color here. Here we have a couple of syntax. What is the syntax of SCP command? Let's say you want to copy the file or a directory from a remote server to your local machine. That means you have a server maybe in Azure, or a server can be anywhere, maybe in AWS, and you're going to have a directory there or a file, and you want to copy that and put that on your local machine. What is the syntax? The syntax here, basically, it is by just using the SCP, you say -R. R here stands for recursive, which means whatever you are going to download from the remote server, it is a directory, right? You can still put -R even it's a file. That doesn't really matter. And here, what is the username on that server? You punch your username here, the server IP or the server DNS where you basically want to download that file or a directory. And right here, what is the remote path on the server? Where is the object or the directory or the file that you want to copy is located, and where are you going to put it on your local machine? For example here, scp-r, I want to use the username Tia, and I'm going to server4.anomikatech.com, and going to the temp directory. I want to download this folder here, the directory called DevOps, and I want to put that directory DevOps in my download folder, and I can also change the name, right? When you want to kind of download something, or you can decide to keep the same name. I can keep DevOps here, or I can put DevOps course. It doesn't really matter. It's going to take the whole content of DevOps and put it here in DevOps course, which is in my home, which is on my desktop within my local computer. Another example here, let's say I want to download this specific directory on the remote server and put it wherever I am right now on my local machine. Let's say I am on my desktop. This syntax will go ahead and download it and drop it on my desktop. And let's say I want to copy the file from my local machine and I want to drop that on the remote server. What is the syntax? The syntax is scp-r, the directory path on my local machine. Right? Where is the path? If I'm where the directory is, I don't need to add a path. I just point to the directory. I just put the directory name here, and here, what is the username that I'm going to use? Here, what is the server IP? And here, where is the destination path? Where am I going to put that directory on the remote server? For instance, scp-r, I am going to my download folder, and I want to copy this directory here called DevOps here, and I want to drop it on the remote server, which is in the temp directory here, and I want to change the name and call that DevOps. And here also scp-r, I want to copy the DevOps course. I mean exactly where I am. There is no path here, right? Here I am using the absolutely path, and let's say I want to copy everything within the directory and drop it in the specific location. For instance, on the remote server, I want to download everything in temp, and I want to put it in DevOps course here, maybe on the local server, or on the remote server. I basically want to download everything in temp and put it where I am on my local machine, and that is why I put /star, meaning take everything within the temp directory on the remote server and put it exactly where I am right now. Let us go ahead here and kind of jump into the command line. And before you follow up, you should have a server that you basically have access and you can connect through SSH, and make sure that you can basically authenticate using the username and the password. Here, I'm going to log in into one of our servers here, which is basically server 4. And I'll punch my password, and you'll go ahead and log me in. Now I am in here and pwd, this is my home directory. Let's say I kind of want to download one file here and maybe drop it on my local machine. How am I going to do that? Let me go ahead here and kind of open this file here with Vim, and I'm just going to put something in there. It looks like this is not a file, this is a directory. Let me go ahead and close this. Could we task save ls? Let me go ahead here and kind of say I want to download. I don't want something that is a little bit heavy, right? I want something that is very small. Let me take, for instance, ls. What did I have in COVID here? COVID here basically is just a folder, and let me see if you have something else. I'll try to go ahead and maybe download this. This is a big folder and there are a lot of stuff in there. That is why I don't want to take that. Let me kind of check a little bit what's in website. Website is empty. ls, oops, ls, I'm just trying to see what I want to copy. Let me see here. In here, I know I have a lot of stuff in here, and this is almost 12 MB, right? And you can basically take everything that you will have here and drop it on local. How am I going to do that? I know exactly pwd. It is located in /home/tier, right? That means if you hook over to my local machine, I can go ahead and open any terminal of my choice. I'm going to use a gig bash. As you guys can see, this is gig bash here. But before that, this is what I can do though. I can make sure that I open this gig bash wherever I am. I'm going to download it and put it on my desktop. That means if you right click here and go ahead and say, I don't even need to open a new folder, but I can still just open a new folder here if you want and copy everything and put it in. With this in the new folder, if you are using the cmd command, you just need to click here and type cmd. It is going to open cmd command where you are right here, right? But I don't want to use cmd. I'm going to use a third-party tool here called gigbash. That means I will just right click here and just go to show more here, open gigbash. Open gigbash here, and this is already open, and I will go ahead and type here. So you can see there is nothing here, and I will use the scp-r. I want to copy as a user tier. And what is the server? The server DNS, it is server 1. If you're trying to exit, you guys will see that the server DNS is called server1.anomikatech.com. And I'll go ahead and copy that, paste it here, and I'll say column. Where is the object that I want to copy? It is basically in /home. If you're logging again one more time, you guys will see that it is in /home. Let me put here. It should be in /home and my username pwd. And if you say ls, it is here in /home, my username. Let me go ahead and say I want to copy this folder. That means I can first of all take the path here on the server, and I'll go ahead and paste this here and / what is the object that I want to copy. I basically want to copy. Let us go ahead and copy this. If you click on that and say, okay, this is what I want to copy, I can paste it here. And where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it wherever I am right now. That means in this new folder. If you go ahead and hit enter, it's going to ask for my password. And if you provide my password, as you guys can see, it looks like nothing happened, right? And see here, just check this, I copy that. And if you go to my desktop and check the new folder, as you guys can see, it was able to copy that folder even though it is empty, right? And let's say I just want to copy something that have a lot of files and directory. It can be this one. Let's say I click on that I can just come here on my command line, and here I can just record the one that I tabbed earlier and change this one. This is the folder, a directory that I want to copy, and here I can put that, and if you hit enter, you guys will see that if you punch my passwords here, it will start the download. It's going to download every single thing that we have in this directory, and it's going to drop it on my desktop here, right? Why it's doing this, I will try to see if I can copy a file now from my local machine and upload it here on the remote server so that we'll not waste time. It will be copying here, and I'm going to kind of open another command, another dig bash command line somewhere and see if I can upload. Let me go ahead and delete this file on the remote server, which is Alpha Website Development and COVID-19. If you go to my remote server here and say ls, I will say rm-rf. I want to delete everything. Like I want to delete this particular directory here, everything. And I'm going to upload it, and you guys will see. Let me delete this, tab ls. I'll also use rm-rf, and I'm going to delete this so that we won't have any folder that is with this name, and that's it. Let us go ahead here and see if you can see here the copy is still going on. Let us go ahead here and see if we'll be able to copy that and put it back on the server as we basically downloaded that. If you open, let them just go ahead. As you can see here, this is done. If you tab ls here and tab this usage, oh, oops, I am on the local server. Let me just go on the remote server here. That is done. ls. If you have this usage -sh here, just to check the size of this directory, hit enter. As you guys can see, it is 12 MB, right? And I can list the content of what we have in here. And hit enter. As you guys can see, we have a bunch of stuff in there. Let us go local and see if we have everything. If you first of all right click on this and say show more and hit on property, as you guys can see, that file is almost 12 MB. And if you are up on this, you can see this, the content is exactly the same, right? What I'm going to do is that I'm going to delete that folder again on the remote server, and I'm going to upload the same thing. Oops, I opened a wrong folder. Let me go ahead and kind of delete this one on the remote server. And when I will delete it on the remote server, I am going to upload. I'll just say rm-rf, and I'll go ahead and take the name of this directory, and I need permission. Let me go ahead here and use sudo -i. Sudo, I don't need -i, and let me go ahead and type my sudo password, and as you guys can see here, that is gone. If you say ls-l, I don't have it no more. Let me go ahead now and kind of put the syntax here to copy from my logo. As you guys can see, this is my command line. Oops, this is the command line. I can now use the scp command. scp command. What is the folder? I want to use -r. Why? Because I want to copy this particular folder here. I'll paste it here. And where am I going to put it? I'm going to see here. We kind of have a syntax that we tabbed earlier. I can first of all record the syntax just like this, and I will go ahead and tab again the scp command, and I will say -r. What is the folder that I want to copy from local? This is the folder. If you paste it here, I can go ahead here and say I want to copy as a user tier, and it is going into this server, right? And it's going into this server, and I will say column. Where is the path where I want to put it on the remote server? I will say this is going in /home, /home/tier, which is my home directory on the server. And that's it. If you go ahead and hit enter, I can go ahead here and punch my password, and it will start uploading all this. That means it's going to upload every single thing that we have in this directory on the remote server. And if you hook over to the remote server, and type ls, you guys will see that that directory is here so far. If you type the DC usage to see what we upload so far, that's sh, and go ahead and check this directory. It should be 12 MB at the end. As you guys can see, 7 MB is uploaded so far, 9 MB is uploaded so far, 8 MB is uploaded so far. We're still on 8 MB, and we need 12 MB, right? We're still on 8 MB, 11 MB. That means 12 MB, it is done. We copy everything back again. And if you check my command line here, you guys will see that it is like almost done. Let us wait. It is almost done. Right now, it's just kind of copying files and it is done. And if you hook over to the remote server and check this, as you guys can see, 12 MB, exactly what we basically downloaded. We're able to upload this also on the remote server. This is like really, really useful. Let's say you have a server and you have a project that you are working on, and that is on the remote server at some point. Let's say you have a lot of files that you want to modify, and so you can see you cannot just open your text editor maybe on the remote server. Let's say you don't want to deal with Vim too much. What can happen is that you can download everything and put here on your local server, on your local machine, and from here you can go ahead and like use a VS Code maybe to open this. You can modify everything as you want. When you are done, if you like, you upload that to the remote server and so on. So you can see now, pretty nice. I'm just using VS Code now to modify. When I'm done modifying all this, I can go ahead and push it to the remote server just by using SCP command, right? This is also really useful in the real world, because sometimes you do need this, right? And the way that I basically copy the file from local to remote server, it is the same if you want to copy from one server to another. You just go to the target server, or you just go to the server where you want to copy to another server and run the same command. And the server that you will log into, it will become like your client machine, and another one, you copy it and drop it on the remote server. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please let me know in the comment below. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please don't forget to do so. Thank you. Bye-bye.